Okay, I had someone watch my videos and she commented and she was curious why the Viper versus the Baco, and for that matter, why not Goop? I like to call it Goop, soy gel, paint, urethane stripper, or with old-timey finishes that use shellac or lacquer. Those are alcohol based. So you put the solid shellac or lacquer into alcohol and it just turns liquid, and then you apply it and it dries out, the alcohol goes away, and you've got a clear finish. Um, I use this for taking off finishes once in a while. I've gotten away from it, but it just really depends on the piece of furniture. But you do want to go with a higher alcohol if you can, because at 70%, that means a bunch of it's water. And you have to be careful that the water can actually affect the seams in glue ups, or it can affect veneers that are glued onto a substrate, or the wood or particle board underneath. So first thing off that I want to say is this is the better scraper. If you're going to try and just take off a finish, you don't care about dust, this has a better angle. It leans this way, whereas the angle on the Viper is more upright. That's why you hear me in the videos. It's scraping. When I'm scraping with it, it's making these awful squeaky noises. This is too tall in my opinion. And there are two places you can put the blade, but if you put it back here, then the dust collection doesn't work. So I'm not sure what Oneida was thinking when they did that. My other complaint is that um, the the plastic is kind of slick, so it was tough to hang on to, so I had to put some tape on there. It doesn't have a knob, so you can't put the same kind of force down on it to drag like you can with the Baco. A knob would help at least maintain the lowest angle possible before that starts to hit your surface, and that becomes a little bit of a problem. And so this, as you can see, there's a hollow tube runs down here. There's an opening here, the mouth, where as you scrape, this picks up all the particles. I use the Rockler multi-purpose hose. You can get different ends for this. This one will plug into any full-size shop vac port. I use a Festool. It's a really nice dust collector. And so I use this guy when I was outside for one reason, is I wanted to see how clean I could get this dresser without, I think I washed it first, I let it dry, and then I wanted to see how easily I could take the finish off at all, and it came flying off. It was very brittle. But when I worked inside on these drawer fronts, I needed to collect the dust. And so I put that together, put a little tape, because this fitting is getting a little old. And then I'll take this apart to show you how it works. You can use this with different power tools. They have different fittings, different diameters. This happens to be the one. You can see that it just comes right off, and it's reverse threaded. So anyways, plug that in, hook up the hose, and the drawers are flat. There's curved surfaces on certain dressers and certain pieces. The drawers were all flat. The handles were big, but very softly curved, easy to scrape. The top was flat, the sides are flat. There wasn't a lot of molding. And so using the Baco made a lot of sense, and that happened very quickly. So that's why I use the scraper. The biggest thing is I was outside for this guy, and I was inside, and I needed to capture the dust. I have used alcohol. What I'll do is I'll put on some gloves, I'll put the alcohol down, I'll cover the surface, make it even, heavy coat of alcohol, if you will. I'll put the paper towel down, and then I'll saturate that, and I will cover it with either plastic shrink wrap or the high density pink construction foam sheets that they have at like a Home Depot or building supply store. Those work just to hold it down. Check it in about 15 to 20 minutes, if that, 10, 15, 20, and then you'll see how quickly it's getting soft. This is a shave hook. it's different. It doesn't scrape because the angle is completely up and down. But where it's useful is when you have a soft finish, it peels it up, and you can rotate it in case it's loading here. So if this side gets full, you just flip it, give it a scrape, flip it again, scrape it. Be careful you don't dig in the point, obviously. So you want to keep it level. There are different, this nut will come off, and you have different shapes, so you could find one that's curved maybe and take the bulk of that off. And so that's a tool that goes with the alcohol or the goop over here. So my favorite one for prepping a surface, if it has a veneer, it can't get scratched. The Haywood Wakefield, that's not a problem. It's solid wood. I ground the top down in one of my videos. But if you're working with veneers where they're very thin and delicate, you apply this. It doesn't have the amount of water that's going to be in here. You just put it on there. As long as it's not windy or hot, you just make sure that this doesn't dry out, or it will kind of, your finish will dry out with it that you're trying to remove, and it'll get weird and it'll be tough to take off. But you let it sit on here. If it's paint, you're going to see the paint wrinkle pretty quickly. It works on modern finishes as well as like a Haywood Wakefield or older shellac or lacquer type. And then you just come back with your shave hook, and then you have like a little old, like a pie pan, yogurt cup, whatever you have. You scrape that, dump it in there, and take the excess off, and then wipe it with a disposable rag, paper towel, whatever you have. One thing that I can recommend from experience is I do not like the product that they sell to neutralize the oils in here. It's a soy oil that's been refined, and so what it does is it breaks up the chemical bonds in your finish, and you need to get the oils neutralized. You need to clean them out, and essentially it's just a superpowered grease that's breaking down your finish. So you need to degrease your work surface. I've used their product at full strength. I felt like it barely worked. It was, I don't know, like 20 bucks a bottle or something like that. It was this size. It was a quart. And you use it at full strength to neutralize the surface. And as I said, I didn't feel like it worked well at all. This, by comparison, if you clean most of it off, it's going to tell you on the back that if you use it at full strength, this product, it'll act as a stripper. But you can dilute it 1:8, so you can take this bottle, essentially you can turn it into 8 bottles, and it does an amazing job of clearing the soy gel off. If you put the soy gel on, you scrape off your finish, you get it down to where it's bare wood, you take some soapy water and just a scrubby, clean off the bulk of what's there, wipe it away with some paper towel, and then you neutralize this because it's going to be in the fibers. You go through and you scrub out the oils from the soy gel with this neutralizer. And the next day when this is dry, I've had dressers were just squeaky clean, just raw wood. It looked like it just came from, it was out of the factory and it was ready for a finish. So that is the why and some of the how about dealing with finish removal to prep for refinishing this. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment. If you want to know how I do this one versus the other, and if I left something out, I will either give you a reply or I'll make another video. So hope this helps. Good luck.